Hi, I'm Dianne from 𝒂𝒑𝒆𝒂𝒅, your personal English coach and motivator. In, at, on, by. These two-letter words, they're so small yet so significant when it comes to speaking English. As a learner, I am sure that you're used to listening, and it's not very difficult to understand someone when they're using these four words. But when it comes to speaking, it can be a little bit confusing. I struggled with these prepositions once I started speaking English. I remember I would say something that included in, on, at, or by, and I would use it incorrectly, and some people would laugh at me, and I didn't know why. But after paying close attention to native speakers, I was able to pick up on the clues, the rules, and the exceptions to these four prepositions. It gets even more confusing if you try to translate from your native language into English. And remember, my number one tip is always to start thinking in English and don't translate everything from your native language into English. It can always get a little bit confusing. By the end of this video, you should be able to have a better understanding of these four words and how to use them and when to use them. Remember to listen and pay close attention when watching TV or reading English content so that you can pick up on the exceptions to some of the rules that I'm about to go over. If you like these English tips that help you become fluent faster, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here are some quick examples to show you what we're about to learn today. I am at the park, not I am in the park. She is on Market Street. Not she is at Market Street. I am on the metro, not I am in the metro. I work at Staple in Nashville on 7th Street. I have an appointment on Monday at 10 a.m. Meet me by the station at 8 on Tuesday. These are some quick examples to keep in mind while we go over the lesson and why we use on instead of in or at instead of by or on, and this should be very helpful once you start paying close attention. It's also very important to keep in mind time, location, direction, and even mode of transportation when it comes to these four words. On, the position of something. When it comes to transportation, we use on when referring to large modes of transportation such as airplanes, trains, metros, or buses. Usually, these modes of transportation hold more than one person. If you're lucky, you may be the only one, but usually there's a lot of other people around, so you can remember, on is always with a lot of people around you. For example, I am on the plane, we are on the metro, she is on the bus. And when it comes to location, we usually use on when it comes to open surfaces without any edges or walls. These open flat surfaces even include oceans, rivers, and lakes. For example, we are on the lake, she's out on the river, the pen is on the table. So these surfaces have no edges or walls. If they did, we would say in. When talking about time, on is used when talking about days of the week or words that have the word day in it, such as Christmas Day or birthday. For example, I have an appointment on Monday. I'm going to Florida on my birthday. We are having dinner on Christmas Day. At, when we talk about a specific location. We use it when it comes to a specific location, including addresses. For example, meet me at my house. We are at the supermarket. I will be at home tomorrow. It also applies to events, such as Helen is at the party, or we are at the concert, is where you're currently located. It's a very specific spot. And when it comes to time, we use at when it's a specific hour or even minute. I will be at the doctor's at 10:30 a.m. Very specific. At the doctor's at 7 a.m. By. It can also mean close to or near something that is in close proximity. When it comes to transportation, we use by to refer to how you got somewhere. For example, I got to school by bus. I got to work by car. And when it comes to location, like I mentioned, is when you are close to something, near something, you can say, I am at the coffee shop by the metro station. I am at the doctor's by the supermarket. And when it comes to time, we use by to refer the end of a time frame, even the end of the day. For example, I will have the project done by the end of the day. Or, I need that report by 10 a.m. tomorrow. So by is the very limit, the end of a time. When using in, remember that there is always going to be some type of border or wall, something surrounding the person or the object. When it comes to transportation, we use in when it comes to a personal vehicle or small vehicle like a taxi, a cab, an Uber, or your personal car. For example, I am in the car, I am in the taxi, in a cab, or in an Uber. And as a quick reminder, on refers to a large mode of transportation and in is smaller and more personal. When it comes to location, we use in when we're surrounded by four walls or some type of border. I am in the pool. There's sugar in my coffee. I am in my house. It may get a little bit complicated when we're talking about an open area such as a city or a country. There are borders, although they're not clearly defined. For example, I was born in Colombia. My house is in Nashville. Although you can't physically see walls, there are borders, and for that reason, we use in because we are enclosed in a city, in a country. When it comes to time, we use in when we're talking about longer periods of time, such as months or years. I am going on vacation in October. I was born in 1993. So when it's longer periods of time, months or years, we use in. When it's just the days of the week, we say on. It also applies when you're surrounded by a group of people. So I am in the soccer team. Although it's not really a wall. There are teammates. You are surrounded by people. You are in a team. However, when we're talking about being elected for something to be on a group, we say on. So she is on the committee. She was elected to be in this group. So we use the word on. She is on the committee. There are always exceptions to these rules, but just remember, pay close attention when you're listening to native English speakers so you can start picking up on these exceptions, and the general rule is what I just went over. Let's do a quick review. On, we're talking about an open surface, large, no walls, no borders, and when it comes to transportation, let's remember, there are big, large, more than one person. And when we're talking about time, usually the days of the week or any word that has the word day in it. At is very, very specific. You are at this location at that time. So it doesn't really apply to a general big area like I am at Nashville. Nashville is a big city. So you wouldn't use the word at because it's not very specific. When we use the word at, it's very specific to a place, even a time of the day, like 10:30 at 10:30, or I'm at my house at this moment. It's very, very specific. By, we use it when we're talking about being close to something or near something. It's a short way of referring to being close to something. I am by my house. You don't have to say, you can say I'm close to my house, near my house. It's just a short way to say it. When we use by in transportation, we're talking about how you got somewhere by bus, by car. Doesn't matter how big or small. And last thing is the time by the end of the day, at the end of a time period. And in is just being surrounded by something, some wall, some border. And this one can be a little bit confusing with on sometimes, but the general rule is if you're surrounded by something, then you're going to use the word in. And also, you're going to use in if you are in a small vehicle like a car or a taxi. And when it comes to time, we're talking about longer periods of time, such as months or years. I hope you learned a lot in this lesson. I hope it was useful. And just remember, pay close attention, and eventually you'll pick up on these little exceptions that will make your English be more fluent and make you sound more like a native. Don't miss free Go Natural English tips by signing up at gonaturaleneglish.com/email. If you make these quick fixes and you start watching more of our videos and checking out our online course, it'll make a huge difference in your English proficiency. That is my time for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.